Hi guys, welcome back to Makeup Bag Monday number 6. How crazy is that? If you're new, I'm Serein and my channel is called Dress Yourself Happy. Every week on Monday, I share with you guys what I'm gonna pick out for the following week to test out for a full 7 days, give you guys my feedback. Do I love it? Do I hate it? If it's an old product, do I still love it as much as I used to? Does it deserve to stay in my makeup collection? Or do I have regrets purchasing it? And then new products, do I still like it after my first impression? You know, you get the picture, a very in-depth review of a makeup bag. So if you missed last week's makeup bag, don't forget to check that out. There is a Makeup Bag Monday playlist so you can catch up on all of the fun. So this last week was very focused on affordable products. And I'm also going to start focusing on the swatches of the actual products I'm reviewing for the week. And then I'll show you really quickly what I have for the following week. And then if you want to see the swatches for that, it will be in the actual next Makeup Bag Monday to try and speed things up a little bit. Everything was very affordable last week. There are some hits, there are some misses, and there are some like, I don't know how I feel about it. So opening this up, let's get started. The first thing is this L'Oreal Le Palette Lip Nude. And I have to say, I do like it. I don't think it's something that you absolutely have to purchase. It's decent quality. It's not gonna be super creamy or matte. It's definitely like a sheer wash of color. And I really love the nude version. I think it's very wearable, it's fun to play with. If you're getting into makeup and you wanted a bunch of nudes to play with and mix, then this is a good option. They are very creamy, so they're not going to be long lasting at all, so don't expect any long lasting effect with these. If you don't have a huge lip collection and you prefer to kind of start building something, this is really a great palette for that. Next up is this chocolate bronzer from Bourjois, and I have to say I do like it. I don't think I'm as crazy about it as I used to be. I'm not at that point where I feel like I should get rid of it though, because it is like a near and dear product to my heart, and it looks really nice in the winter time when I'm a little bit fairer and don't have such a tan. I don't have a major tan, but I'm tan enough right now where this isn't doing as much for me. But I do know if you're super fair, I mean, I recommended this to my voice teacher who's very, very fair and has very mature skin and dry skin, and she loves this to death. So I just think I have some other products that I prefer currently for my current skin tone, but it is a good product. The foundation I was testing out for the week is my Milani Conceal and Perfect. I do have an in-depth Tester Tuesday review of this foundation. I think it's a really good quality foundation for $10 or less that you can find at the drugstore or you can order online. It's got a pump. It's full coverage, but a natural finish, so you're not gonna be super matte, you're not gonna be super dewy. It's just a really great full coverage foundation. The shade range does tend to focus a little bit more on the deeper skin tones. If you're super, super fair, you might not find a shade match for you, but I think the quality is there, the coverage is there, and you can also build it up or sheer it out a little bit. With 2 pumps, I get like a medium to full coverage, but if I wanted to sheer it out, I would do 1 pump and blend it out with a beauty blender. So I really like it. It's a good product. I think you guys should definitely check this out. If you're on a budget, this is the foundation I would recommend you play with. Next up, I have the Milani Brow Fix, and I used to think this was like the best brow powder on the market in terms of the affordable side, and I say it's still good. I just don't think it's as good as my Anastasia brow powder or my Benefit Brow Zing, sorry. It's good, it's not bad. I just feel like the powder can be a little bit stiff to work with. After using it for a full week, I just didn't feel like it lived up to the higher end products, but it's not a bad product if you're starting out in makeup and you are on a budget. This is not something that I would say like, don't try it. I'd say if you're on a budget and you're new to filling out your brows, this is perfect for that. I personally prefer my Anastasia one, and if I had the two to like reach for, I'd pick the Anastasia one just because I feel like the powder is a little bit smoother and easier to work with, and this one can be a little bit difficult to work with. I also think maybe the shade's not the perfect shade for me. I think if I had a deeper shade, I might have worked with it a little bit better, but this one I had to build up a lot, and then I found it to kind of bleed around my brows. But it's not a bad product. Like I said, you guys know my feelings. It's not going anywhere. I am going to keep it around in case I need to do any like affordable or drugstore tutorials, or if I wanted to talk about drugstore products, because I still think this is the best brow product in terms of a brow powder in the drugstore world. Let's talk about these L'Oreal Pocket Palettes. I was using the shade 106 Boudoir Charm and 116 Hot Hazel or Oat Hazel, and I just feel like these are hit or miss. And what I mean by that is that they're not bad. Like this one, Hot Hazel, is really, really good. They are a little bit powdery, where when you try to blend it out, they can somewhat just disappear, if that makes sense. So while I can swatch it and it looks really pretty when I swatch it, and when I put it on my wrist, and then when I put it on my eyes, but once I try to blend out the lines and make it like blend, it can kind of over blend very easily. So with that being said, you would really need to use a eyeshadow primer and almost like wet your brush a little bit with some MAC Fix Plus. So you can make anything work. I'm not a fan of this one. This one was the 116 Hot Hazel, and I just didn't like this one very much. I thought the color payoff was not as consistent, and it wasn't as consistently like rich, and it was very powdery, whereas this one, Boudoir Charm, was a little bit more consistent and easier to work with. So I would get Boudoir Charm. I would not recommend Hot Hazel. In fact, I probably won't use these that often, to be completely honest, and I'm not quite sure I will keep it in my makeup collection, because, well, I don't think I'll keep this one, but I might keep this one. But I need more time. I need more time. But it's not something I would be like, yes, go buy it. So I gave this Essence Make Me Brow a full week shot. And I have to say, for $3, it's pretty decent. I don't like it. I don't love it. I think the Boy Brow from Glossier is 1,000 times better. And so is the Benefit Gimme Brow. I love those way more. They just are better. The spoolie is better. The product is, I feel like the product itself is not bad, but because of the spoolie, it's a plastic spoolie, or it's very hard. I don't know if all of them are, but mine's very hard. I thought it was plastic, but I'm feeling it now, and it's actually a spoolie. It's just very sparsely distributed. So it's not really going in there and grabbing my brows and really thickening and filling them in like I want with the Gimme Brow and the Boy Brow from Glossier or Benefit. So for $3, I would say, yeah, try it out. It's not the best spoolie. If you have another spoolie you want to work with, or if you already have thick brows and you don't need that extra oomph, this might work better for you. But I really did not like my brows this week because I was using this. This blush was really surprisingly nice. It's the Essence Silky Touch Blush. I prefer the formula more than I prefer the shade. The shade is very natural, it's very blendable, but I feel like the shade, I could find a better shade for myself. So this is in the shade number 10, Adorable. I actually will go try and purchase a different shade because I do really, really like the formulation. It's really silky, it's really, really soft, and it's just enough pigmentation. It blends really beautifully. I'm gonna have to play with shades. I have some Note Cosmetics that I was testing out. This is so beautiful. This is Terracotta Blusher in 01 Pleasure, and I use this as a baked highlight. It's really, really gorgeous. It reminds me a lot of any of the baked highlights you might find like from Laura Mercier. It's a little bit drier than the Laura Mercier baked highlight, and it's a little bit more champagne-y, but I do think Laura Mercier has a champagne-y shade as well. So this is a very affordable product, and you can find them at notecosmetics.com. They just launched in the US. I will have their US website in the description box. I'll have all the products linked in the description box for you for easy access. But I really like it. This is probably like one of my new favorite baked highlights thanks to Note. Sticking with Note Cosmetics, this is the eyeshadow palette in Professional Eyeshadow 104. I really like this, and it's perfume free. I really love this eyeshadow palette. I was quite impressed with it. It's very pigmented, it's very creamy, it's very soft and easy to blend, and it's very neutral shades that I would wear. So very impressed with this, very happy with how I can work with it, and I actually think I might take this with me to New York if I remember, because it's slim, it's compact, and it has a lot of stuff to work with, and I can just like, I can do a lot with this. So I really recommend this, and I really recommend the terracotta blusher. Next up from note is the Sunglow Foundation SPF 15. I feel like this is mislabeled. I feel like it's more of a liquid highlight, and that's what I used it as, because it's a very beautiful bronzy liquid highlight, and you do want to shake it up because it kind of separates and gets oily. If you were to wear this all on your own, it's going to be very radiant. So I don't know that this is like a foundation, but I do love how it looks on the cheeks and with a little bit mixed in with the foundation like this one. It gives it a little bit more luminosity, a little bit more radiance. So I do like it. It's a good product. I would use this as a liquid highlight or as a mixing medium versus a foundation. What I really liked this week was this Note Matte Moist Lip Gloss, and I thought it was really nice. My only thing is I hate the smell. I hate the scent of this because it's a little bit, it's like vanilla-y, but not, it reminds me of like mascarpone or something. It's not horrible, it dissipates, but when you're applying it, I was like, ooh. But the formula is really comfortable, very pigmented, really rich, really creamy. This shade is a great neutral for me, and it's the shade 401 Matte-Tude. And I just really like it. I love a product that can be matte and hydrating at the same time and comfortable to wear, and this does it. The last product from note is this pencil eyeliner in Cafe, and I liked it. I used this on my lower lash line, and it was just a really pretty creamy eyeliner. So I think it's a good eyeliner. It's a traditional pencil eyeliner. Nothing too special, but definitely a really good creamy one. It does smudge a little bit on me, on my lower lash line, so I wouldn't say it's completely like waterproof. This eyeliner was a total fail from L'Oreal. It's the Infallible Sculpt Liquid Eyeliner, and the reason it was a total fail, even though it's super black, rich, and pigmented, and doesn't bleed, I was so excited because I thought it was gonna be like really amazing as a felt tip, especially with the little ball tip, because it doesn't like spread like some felt tip eyeliners do. But my problem was I couldn't get a thin enough line and close enough to my eyelashes to make it look smooth. So I found it a little bit chunky to work with, and maybe if your eyelashes are a little bit more even, I don't know, mine grow at different intervals, so it was really hard to get that like smooth winged line that I wanted with this. But yeah, which was kind of disappointing because I love how like rich and black and solid it is, and it doesn't bleed. I just wasn't able to really work with it. Okay, so let's talk about the products I'm going to be testing out for a full week this upcoming week. I'm going to start off with some face products. The first thing is I'm pulling this out again. I have a whole Tester Tuesday. I really liked this product when I first got it, and I used it a lot in the beginning of summer. This is the Urban Decay Naked Skin One and Done Hybrid Complexion Perfector. So this isn't really a foundation, it's more like an everyday slap on your face for protection, for antioxidants, and for a sheer wash of color. So I wanted to pull this out and just kind of like see if it's still necessary, see if I still like it. I've tested out a lot of other like tinted moisturizers or complexion perfecting products. I want to see if it still stands up to how much I liked it in the beginning. So I thought this would be good for like my off days. And I have two Laura Mercier Baked Bronze and Brighten and Baked Balance and Brighten foundation. So this is the foundation in medium. This is a powder foundation that I got while I was in New York, and I've been meaning to test this out. So I'm gonna try this layering it over the Naked Urban Decay Naked Skin, or I'm gonna try it by itself with just like concealer under my eyes. So I'm gonna see how it works, if I like it, if it's worth the hype. And this is the Baked Baked Bronze and Brightener. So this is a bronzer that I'm going to try and play with to brighten up my cheeks and anything like that. So this is in the shade Fair, and then I have the medium foundation. Now the concealer I wanted to like pull out and play with a little bit is from Dermablend. I have been thinking that this might be a better option for those of you guys who don't like the Tarte Shape Tape, because after I mentioned it in my August favorites and I asked if there was anybody who didn't like it, a lot of people had the same complaints that it wasn't as crease proof as it was for me or some other YouTubers. Now, I did not get this from Tarte. I purchased both of those with my own money at full price. I bought them at Ulta. So I don't have any reason to like say it's better than it is. So for me, I really enjoy them and I really think that they're great. But I know a lot of you guys had some concerns with it staying put, with it creasing, with it being enough coverage. Now, a concealer is never gonna be enough coverage without a color corrector if you have severely discolored under eyes. And I used to suffer from incredibly dark under eyes where I had to use an actual orange color corrector. We're talking Makeup Forever orange color corrector to get rid of the darkness, and then I'd have to go over with concealer. So I know exactly what you're talking about in terms of that, but if you are that dark under your eyes, no concealer is going to do that by itself. You will always have to use a corrector and then a concealer. So even though the Tarte Shape Tape, in my opinion, is incredibly pigmented and sets really beautifully, a bunch of you guys said it wasn't setting right for you. Now, I can't say that this is going to be even more pigmentation than the Tarte Shape Tape because I feel like the quality of pigmentation is probably the same. This one's a little richer and creamier and also sets really nicely, but I think this might be better for those of you guys who were having issues with the Tarte Shape Tape. And this is the Dermablend. So I'm gonna test it out for a full week and make sure that this is like up to par of what I remember it being, and then I'll update you guys. But this is very thin and pigmented. But if you need a color corrector, you will always kind of need a color corrector underneath the concealer, if that makes sense. And I can go into more about that if you have questions. Let me know in the comment section. But I'm gonna test this out. It's the Dermablend Smooth Liquid Camo. I have the shade Sesame. This might be a little too light for me right now, but we'll play with it. I wanted to pull this out because it was shoved in the back of my drawer and I haven't played with this since like I bought it. And this is the Melt Stack in Dark Matter. I bought this because it was like all the rage when I started watching YouTube videos, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool, I have to get it, and I never used it after the initial time. So I am going to pull this sucker out and use it and see if I am going to keep it or purge it. A couple cheek products and lip products I've been wanting to really play with are these Pixi by Petra Multi Balm. I have a bronzer color which is in the shade Sheer Sculpt, and then I have two blush and lip shades that I pulled out that I wanted to play with. This one is in Multi Balm Wild Rose, and this is the Multi Balm Baby Petal. So I wanted to play with these. I thought it would be a good product to kind of mix with something super lightweight and easy to use and go. So we'll test all those suckers out. I have this highlight that I never ended up using, and it's from 100% Pure All Over Glow Lightly Sun-Kissed. I'm a huge fan of 100% Pure. I think their products are really good when they're good, and I think it's time to play with this. This is so pretty. I thought it would again be really cool to kind of play with this and this mixed together. Kind of going for a light makeup look this week. Then I'm going to test this sucker out from Pure Cosmetics. I don't really know that it does anything. It's called the Hydragel Lift. I've tried it before on my blog for a while, and I was just like, I'm not quite sure, but I don't know that it doesn't. It might be that good that I don't notice it working, but maybe it is working. I don't know. So Michelle from Ready Set Glamour loves this stuff, and I keep watching her use it, and then I remember Tati using it too on a Snapchat Get Ready With Me, so I'm like, okay, there must be something to it. I'm gonna give it a full week. Let's try this again. And if not, it's gonna go in the purge bin. That is everything for Makeup Bag Monday week 6. Hubs is texting me. So that is everything for Makeup Bag week 6. Thank you so much for watching. I am so excited you guys have still been enjoying this series. Let me know if you're still enjoying the series and if you would have any suggestions in what you'd like to see in my makeup collection to be rotated. I know a bunch of you guys are telling me that this series has actually inspired you to rotate your own makeup collection and play with things that you kind of forgot about but always loved, or to purge things that you just don't want to use anymore. So if you are rotating yourself, please let me know in the comment section. I do my best to answer as many questions as I can. I am frequently on Snapchat and Twitter, and I do respond to most of my Snapchats and most of my tweets. So if you want a quick response, go over there. And thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to enter the Kylie Cosmetics giveaway as well as the Marc Jacobs blush giveaway. I'm giving away all of the Marc Jacobs blushes and a brush. And don't forget to also, I think I'm wrapping up the What's New in September giveaway, but there will be a new one for October as well. So there's lots of giveaways. Make sure you're subscribed. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And if you're new to my channel, I hope my video helped motivate and inspire you to look and feel your best from the outside in. That's why I started my channel, because I know when I'm not feeling that great, if I put a little makeup on and do my hair, I just feel better about myself. And it's not for anybody else, it's for myself. And if that speaks to you, I'm so happy you found my channel. If anything, I hope my videos helped de-stress from your day or just take your mind off of whatever it is that you needed some relaxing from. So until next time, I will see you right back here. I upload new videos 5 days out of the week, every Sunday through Thursday. And until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. Bye!